LAPD is working to surround suspects responsible for an attempted armored truck heist in downtown Los Angeles. Sky 5 asks viewers to avoid the area until further notice.
When I was a boy, somebody said they'll spit on your corpse if you play dead. They'll leave you to bleed when they are done. Just hit them twice as hard, my son. When I was a boy, somebody said, if you're in a war, don't be afraid.
Hello everyone, my name is Akale, and this is Tier 1 Gaming. So, this is my very first Hardline video. I've been playing it for roughly 2 weeks now. On the closed beta is about to end tomorrow, so if you guys haven't played it, I would strongly recommend picking it up and seeing whether or not you like it or not, regardless of whether or not you like the premise, because this game plays very well for having the Cops and Robbers theme, and I would highly recommend playing it. Now, not only just because it's good, because it's a good way to see if it's good for you. Because when I got this game, when I first heard about it, I wasn't that excited for it. I wasn't that looking forward to it. I thought it would be a nice piece of DLC or something like that. But after playing the game, after seeing how much work Visceral and DICE put back into this game, releasing it as a DLC really wouldn't be fair to Visceral games, because they were promised their own spot in the Battlefield universe, and EA is going to give it to them. So please stop whining about how it should be the DLC or how it's a terrible game, because really that's just not a fact. This game is technically, I guess you could call it a reskin of BF4, yes. But the way that they changed the maps and the game modes, it really lends itself to team play a lot more than what you would, normally get in a Battlefield game. Game modes like Blood Money and Heist, both of these game modes that I've gotten to play so far, they are very well suited towards working with your team. On Blood Money, you can have a squad mate covering you while you get money, or vice versa. Then have you guys move back in, use a zip line down from a building to get back to your base. And it all works really well in the way the gadgets and maps, and game modes all intertwine. It makes for a really satisfying player experience. And the recoil and the slightly slower movement model in BF4, at least it feels slower, it all tends to work in the favor of squad play. So if you have a lot of friends who you like to play with, this game's really great. If you're a solo player, not so much, because then if you have a bad squad, you get fucked over. But I have friends I like to play with, and it works out really well. So now, it's not all good though. I don't like the self-revive pen. It's incredibly overpowered, and even though I will admit I use it sometimes when playing with friends, just so I don't seem as bad as I can be sometimes, I really don't think it's an item that really belongs in a Battlefield game. It feels way too much like it's rewarding a player who lost a gunfight, and I don't think that's actually a good thing to do. So Visceral, find a way to either nerf that or remove it from the game, because it just really doesn't add to the player experience though. Maybe when it's still in game's release, people will learn to watch for it, but right now it's incredibly overpowered, and you can just wait for people to walk past you after they shoot you and revive yourself and end their lives. So yeah, alright, moving on. The snipers in this game, I was just saying in this clip, the snipers are actually really satisfying compared to BF4, because the bullet speed, at least on this one, is incredibly high. I think it's around like 800 or something meters per second, and it's just a really nice, really fast firing round compared to the BF4 ones, which I think the highest in that one was 650, and so it's really satisfying. It's you actually feel more like a sniper in this one than you do in BF4, and I really enjoy it. So another thing I'm not quite a big fan of is the riot shield in this game, because it can stop literally everything. Like the riot shield, it will stop, explosions, RPGs, a fucking car crash. Well, maybe not a car crash, but it feels like it can stop a car crash, because there's nothing you can do if that's facing you, and if it's on someone's back, they can't be meleeed from behind. You have to get them from the side, which makes no sense. Why couldn't you just reach around the thing or over it to go melee somebody? Like, seriously, Visceral? You know, nerf that thing. And another thing I didn't like, back to the snipers, is that there's no scope zooms above a 14 times, and that's just an attachment. Like, there's no default scope zooms that are above it at 8 times. There's 6, 7, and 8, at least in the beta. And I think, you know, me personally, I'm a big fan of heavy zoom. I really like the 20 and 40 times in BF4, and I was really good with them, and I missed them in this game. Another thing is, the guns in this game, believe it or not, the graphics are actually pretty good. My video doesn't quite do it full justice, even though it's 1080p. I tend to notice that, but like, the small details on the guns want me to stand out more than, say, it being shiny. So that's the difference from BF4, where the guns were really shiny, but like, not like in an unrealistic way, but in sort of an over-the-top way. In this game, you know, they seem to hold a lot more of their, you know, actual sheen, because gunmetal gray guns aren't supposed to be that shiny. They really aren't. So let's see. Moving on. So the two game modes, Heist and Blood Money. Blood Money is where you have to recover money from either the enemy vault or a dead drop of money and bring it back to yours. And so that's a really good, solid game mode, except for the fact that people can sit in the vaults, and they can sit in there and just camp the entire game, killing anybody who walks in to deposit or steal money. And it's just really sort of a broken feature, and I think they need to remove that. Even though me and my friends have had quite some times getting the entire squad in the enemy vault, and the second someone popped out corner and just filling them with like 200 rounds of lead. It was fun, but it was overpowered. Alright, so next thing, something I really think they need to fix is the Taser's point of aim. Now I know this was some sort of delay or something, like it's very slow speed, but you can be aiming the taser right at somebody and miss them completely if things go. I just remember that floating minigun. Sorry, but as I was saying, the taser, its aim doesn't seem to be quite right. Like, you have to sort of lead them, because it like shoots sort of to the left for me. And I think they should fix that and at least make it like at least up to like 5 feet, have it be just pretty much instant, because really you're not gonna dodge a taser from 5 feet. He's pointed right at your chest just because you're slowly walking to the left. It makes no sense. So one of the cool features in this game is that you can actually spray your emblem or your spray tag, as they call it in this, anywhere you want on the map. And while this is a cool feature, I can seriously see a lot of sprayed dicks and other, you know, body parts and things is all over the map, and it's not too hard for people to make, you know, hentai-ish stuff. So I'm kind of worried about how that's going to be managed, because I don't want to see that crap while I'm playing my game. I mean, it's just, you know, kids play this game, it's not really the place for it. And I know what I saw from Black Ops 2 and from BF4, so I know that there's going to be plenty of that. Alright, so one last thing I want to say, guys, is that once again I would highly recommend playing this game, and it's not a DLC. It is its own game. It's never going to be a DLC, so please stop yelling for it to be. It has lots of really cool features, and I'll be making more videos on. Well, actually, probably in the open beta, because I ran out of time on this one. I have some footage left over. I'll see what I can make, and yeah. So guys, if you watched, thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video, whether it's Hardline, BF4, or a different game. I don't know yet, but stay tuned. Alright, guys. Bye-bye.